situation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win, yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Let 'em in. You had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win, yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win.
good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday evening, broadcasting from the B Level Entertainment Studios. I'm your host, B Level, and tonight, it is On the Level with B Level, where we have extraordinary conversation with extraordinary people. Now, before I bring my extraordinary guest up front, she is here in living color. I have a couple of announcements that I need to make, a couple of bills I need to pay. The first things that we talk about is UTB, this dope podcast after Thanksgiving night. We are moving exclusively to YouTube. After Thanksgiving, you will no longer be able to hear this podcast on Facebook. We still will stream live. It still will be live. We still will have comments. You still will be able to do all of the bells and whistles that you get to do on Facebook. We just will only stream exclusively to YouTube. So go to UTB Podcast on YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification button so you will be notified when we have new content. Again, after Thanksgiving, you will no longer be able to see this podcast stream on Facebook. You will have to go to YouTube. It will be super duper easy, but you will go to UTB Podcast on YouTube. Okay. The next thing that we're talking about is UTB is looking for a female co-host. Okay. If you are a female and you want to join this dope podcast, one of Arkansas's leading podcasts, all you have to do is send an email to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. We're looking for you. We have 3 other dope co-hosts. We have Tristan Hobbs. We have Candy Webb, and we also have Anthony P. And do not forget our news girl, who is Jayla Jefferson. So if you want to join this dope podcast team, send an email to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com and let us know why we should pick you, okay? Or you can just inbox me, and I will get back with you, okay? Last but not least, every Wednesday at 7:30, we have this dope guy named B Level. Y'all haven't heard of him. He's really, really dope. We have this dope thing called On the Level with B Level, where we have extraordinary conversation with extraordinary people. Tonight, we are talking to Monica Poe Hale, but on next Wednesday, the last Wednesday in November, we're talking to Akissy Brooks. You will learn a lot about her profession and what she's doing and how she is super serving our dope community of Arkansas. But this week, we have right up here, we have Monica Poe Hale. Let me bring my guest up front. Good evening, Monica. How are you?
I am good. Good evening. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Did you have a good day?
I did have a good day. I had like an educational course today for my continuing education class for being a broker. So I did have a good day today.
Are you nervous?
I am always nervous, but I'm going to make it and I'm going to push it through.
Well, no need to be nervous. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm going to let people learn a lot about who you are as a profession, as a person, and we're going to get into our conversation. But first, I need to introduce you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Monica is a powerhouse entrepreneur. Let me make myself bigger here. So I can get. All right. Monica is a powerhouse entrepreneur, a broker, owner, a principal broker and owner, and the visionary founder of Plush Homes Company, Realtors, in Little Rock, Arkansas. With over 20 years of experience in the real estate and property management, she has built one of Arkansas's most respected independent brokerages, a firm known for luxury level service, strong client relationships, and a commitment of elevating the standard of real estate. Please welcome to the On the Level and UTB podcast, Monica Poe Hale. How are you? You good? Good. Did I do you okay?
You did great. You did great.
Now, Monica, we are going to get into, before we get into this conversation with Monica, I need you guys who are on here, I need you to please share my live. We got some people on here. I see Jeremiah is on here. I see Shine is on here. When you come on, please share, put shared in the comments. And when I have time throughout the conversation, I will shout you out. And if you have any questions for Monica, any questions for real estate or anything that you'd like to ask, please put your comments in the comment box. And when we have time, I will make sure that I get to ask Monica these questions. Okay. Now, real quick, let's do my introduction and my opening statement, and we'll get into the conversation. Okay. Tonight, we sit down with a woman who doesn't just sell homes. She helps people step into new chapters of lives. Monica Poe Hale, the powerhouse behind Plush Realty, the powerhouse behind Plush Realty, rooted in trust, hustle, and heart. Real estate is a business people glamorize, but it's also a world filled with uncertainties, sacrifice, early mornings, late nights, and moments where agents has to be both your counselor and your protector. Monica's journey isn't just about closing deals. It's about opening doors, breaking ceilings, and showing what happens when possibility meets grits. Tonight, we talked to her wins, about her wins, her struggles, and her truth of what it takes to succeed in this unpredictable industry. So buckle up because this conversation is more about than just what meets the eye. It's more than square footage, listings, and contracts. It's about the woman behind the brand. It's about the heart behind the hustle. So, Monica, the first question that I always try to ask everybody that comes on the podcast. I know I gave you the introduction and some of your accolades of how long you've been in the business. But my first question that I always want to start off is just simply, in a nutshell, real simple. Who is Monica Poe Hale?
Okay, Monica Poe Hale. Excuse me. So I am a mother first. So I'm a mother. I'm a realtor. I'm a principal broker, a Plush Homes company realtor. I'm a woman of faith for sure, and I believe in serving the people and basically helping them to elevate their lives. So me and Monica, I'm just like an all-around girl that most people don't understand and know who she is, but that's who I am. So I'm first off a mother, and then next to that, I'm an owner of one thing too. I know you said Plush Realty, but my company name is Plush Homes Company Realtors.
Okay.
A lot of people get that confused with Plush Realty. So the company name is Plush Homes Company Realtors.
Plush Homes Company Realtor. I said that in the bio, but when I introduced you, I
Yes,
didn't. Okay. Is
you
there
did
a
put it in the
difference?
bio.
Is there a difference, or is that just the name that you named it? So you really just want people to get the name correct?
I want the name correct.
Okay.
Yes,
All
yes,
right. I'm gonna
yes.
write it down here. I'm gonna take this highlighter right here. You ain't gonna check. You're not gonna be
Yes,
checking me the
I want
whole.
the. Yeah, I'm not trying to trick you,
I'm
but I
just kidding. I
definitely
just
want. A lot of people get my name mixed up and get it confused, but I like to be clear. My name is what the company name is Plush Homes Company Realtors.
got it. Got it. Okay. Where are you from, Monica? Where are you from?
I am from the country, so I'm a good old Southern girl. So I am from Riceville, Arkansas. So it's just
Wow,
yes, it's a
Wrightsville,
small country.
Arkansas.
Yes, it's a small country outside of Little Rock.
Y'all got that one road that goes all the way through the city. That one road. What highway is that?
That's
Three.
Highway 365.
That one. So, do you live on that highway, or do you live off that road, or were you raised off of that road? That one
I was
little road.
raised off that road. So basically, where I was raised is in Red Oak. So Red
Okay.
Oak is right offside of the Highway 365.
Okay. Monica,
Mhm.
are you married?
I am not married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you? How many children? How many babies you have?
I have one daughter, and her name is Destiny, and she's my motivation and my inspiration behind everything that I do.
How old is Destiny?
She's 17 years old.
Okay. All right. All right. Monica, talk about your parents.
So my mom's from Riceville.
Hmm.
And so she was a single mother raising me and my sister. And my dad, he's from Woodson. So I'm definitely rooted in the country. So everybody down from Woodson and Riceville, Sweet Home, Higgins, we like kind of all family. So it's just all together. So yeah.
So in these small towns, everybody know everybody. So if I
Mhm.
talk to somebody who was born and raised in Wrightsville or Higgins Switch, and I ask them, "Do you know Monica?" Are they going to, because most time all these little cities, they all know each other.
So let me tell you about that.
Okay.
They may know me, but they may not because I'm from this country, but I was a city girl.
Okay.
So everything I did was in Little Rock. So I came
Okay.
straight to the city. So
Okay.
even the schools I went to was in the city.
Monica, what do you enjoy doing? What's a hobby? What do you do when
So
you're not doing any business, any plush business?
okay, so the one thing I love to do for sure is Netflix. I like to catch shows like I'm a TV junkie. I'm gonna do Netflix, I'm gonna do Amazon Prime, Hulu, and then I like to interior design.
Okay. Okay.
So it's definitely a hobby of mine. It's basically that, and then also journaling, basically trying to reset my mind to get focused and stuff.
Shalonda Wells is
Time
saying,
to
yes,
myself.
we all know the Poe girls. Let's see. I think I saw somebody else had said something up here. Ashley is saying that hey, my
Hey
friend
Ashley.
Monica. Yeah.
Hey Shalonda.
Yeah,
Hey cousin.
Ashley is dope. I know Ashley. Okay. Monica, describe yourself in 3 words.
Um.
Only 3. You can only use 3, Monica. You can't get any more than 3 words to describe
Okay.
yourself.
Purpose driven.
Okay, that's 2.
Well, okay. Um.
That's 2. 3 words, Monica.
Intentional.
Okay, I can go with that.
Okay. I'm humble.
I can go with that.
Oh, I'm a giver.
As I'm trying to get people to know who you are, a little bit more about you, tell us
Mhm.
something that someone would not know about you that would not be obvious. Tell us something that people would be shocked to know about Monica.
Then I'm an extrovert, so I'm really like an introvert. Like I turn like the switch on and off. I really like to just be alone
Mm-hmm.
to myself. But I don't think a lot of people know that because I'm a people person.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really like, I guess they call it the extrovert person that kind of like flip on the light switch. I met this older lady a couple of years ago and she kind of told me she'd do the same thing. So I know how to turn on and turn it off.
So I don't know. Okay, so Shalonda is also saying you're a hard worker, faithful, beautiful woman of Yah.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite meal that you like?
So my favorite food is crunchy tacos. So hard tacos. I definitely got to have some hard tacos. I'm gonna eat that weekly. Also another favorite food of mine is pasta.
Are you
Pasta.
do you do a lot of cooking? Are you a big chef? Do you do a lot of can you make your way around in the kitchen? Are you just what's happening with that? Can
Yes,
you cook a good meal?
I can cook a good meal, and sometimes I put it out there on my stories. I can cook a good meal. When I get into that mode, I do know how to cook. My daughter over here shaking her head like no, because I stopped cooking so much. So yeah, when I get in that mood, I will cook though.
Got to be in the mood. Okay.
Yeah.
The last question, personally, before we get on to our professional questions, is, and I ask people, and people don't understand how important this question is. Really, I mean, it's a question that people would. I can tell a lot by how you answer this question. If I was to get your phone, and I was
Mhm,
to get your Apple Music, and I was plug it up to your car,
mhm.
what would be the top 3 artists that Monica, when she's driving and she's riding, she's listening to
Right now,
right now?
um, Key Sweat.
Okay, oldie but goodie. Okay,
Yes, Key Sweat, Cardi B,
Ratchet. Okay. Okay.
and Jeezy.
Jeezy. Okay. Thug. Okay. All right. All right. So we got old school, Ratchet, and Thug. Okay. I can
Yes,
live with that. I
yes.
like that playlist.
Because
I
you know
like that.
you gotta mix it up.
No, I really like that. I really like that. Um, Sometimes people music kind of tell, what type of person they are. But I love being able to if people would have listened, my playlist is kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
So I mean, I'm listening to anything. It would be hard for me to pick 3 artists that I'm listening to right now. So
yeah.
good. Okay. All right. Let's go to the professional side. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, I need you guys to share the live. I am talking with Monica Poe Hale. She is the owner, and I'm going to make sure I get it right. Plush Homes Company Realtors, right?
You did good. You did
Okay.
good.
I'm learning. You ain't got to tell me but one time, Monica. Okay. The first professional question is I always want to know is what was the moment? Why did you want to get into real estate? Why did you want to be a realtor? We ain't
Okay.
gonna talk about the brokerage firm yet. We just want to talk about why did you pick real estate to get into?
Okay, so over 20 years ago, I was working at an apartment complex.
Okay.
And so I was like a leasing specialist. And then I basically kind of worked myself up in that company and became like an occupancy specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen so many people when I worked in the apartment field, it's basically like they was happy just to like get the approval to like move into the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma had a house when we was growing up. So everybody would come to my grandmother's house. And so she purchased that home. So I was like, okay, well, let me see if everybody like happy to like get approved to to go into an apartment. So let me go into real estate. So I started researching, and that's when I started going to school. I went to school for real estate in 2013.
Okay.
Oh, and but I didn't start being a real estate agent until 2017.
So you went to school. Does it take 3 years to complete it?
No,
Why
no.
did it take you so long, Monica, for 3
Okay.
years when you started school?
So
What
let me tell
happened?
you about that. So in 2013, I went to school, and it's only take you 60 hours to complete the real estate course here in Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay, so that 60-hour course, and I started studying, and I took the test. I failed the test, I think about 2 or 4 points, and that discouraged me. So I was like, forget it. And so I just like did not want to go back and do another test because that discouraged me. So no, it don't take that long, 3 years, but
So
it
you
just
took some time off.
I took
What
time off.
brought you back to it after being off of it for 3 years? What said, "You know what? Imma go back and try it again"?
So it's crazy thing, life be happening, life be lifing.
Life be life, and okay, alright.
So in 2016, I was going through a rough patch in my life and through a storm, and I went to church, and this lady prophesied over me. And she prophesied over me. She was like, "You're gonna walk into your own. You've been talking about this and you journal about this so much." She said, "This gonna be your purpose, and you're gonna have your own company. You're gonna do very well. That's where the money going to be." And I'm like, "What is this lady talking about?"
Mhm.
And so she was telling me I need to go home and look at my journals. And so every time I looked at each journal that I seen when I went home, it was real estate. So that's when I like literally started. I picked the book back up in 2016. In a year from when that lady prophesied over me in 2017, that's when I passed the test.
Alright, after you graduate and you pass the test, do you go start your own business? Do you go work? Do you go work for somebody? Or tell me how that journey went.
Okay. So I got licensed and passed the test July 2017. And
Mhm.
I signed with a bigger brokerage here in our Little Rock, which is Keller Williams. And I was at Keller Williams, I think about 18 months. So after I basically signed with the brokerage, I basically I took off running. I started closing. I started having my first closing within 45 days.
Okay.
And then one guy I met then, he was like, that's unheard of as far as like most people like don't close on their first deal like 6 months to 12 months, but I closed on mine within 45 days after I got licensed. And so I was with the bigger brokerage, and I left there and I went to to a small brokerage. And when I was at that small brokerage, I became the top producer, and I became an executive broker there, and I had a team. And then I eventually went on and started my own company.
So working at the two brokerage, you decide to step out on faith and
Mhm.
open your own. And that's when Plush was born, right?
Yeah, Plush was born in COVID.
Wow.
COVID just started. COVID started, I think, February, March of 2020, and I opened up a Plush in June 2020.
What went behind that idea of starting your own? Obviously, sometimes, people are afraid to take chances. People are used to their safety net. What made you step out on faith and say, you know what? I've been successful working for some other people. I can do this for my own. Went into that thought?
So, and that's it. Go back to the lady that prophesied over me when she was like, "You're gonna
Okay.
have your own."
Okay.
And so, when you hear God, you basically got to follow. And so I heard him tell me it's time to open up your own company. And I told him, like, no, I'm not about to open up my whole company because it's COVID. I thought, the real estate market was about to crash,
Hmm.
but it did the opposite. And so I fast and pray. And then, okay, I got my answer. So it's like, okay, now let me go ahead and open up my company. And then it was nothing but faith when I opened up my company at that time during COVID. And everything was kind of going, it was no hiccups. So since it was no hiccups, I was like, okay, it's meant for me to open up my own company.
Initially, were there sometimes with opening your own businesses, there's a lot of challenges, right? I
Mhm.
mean, did everything happen like it was supposed to? Were there not many challenges? Were there a lot of challenges starting off, or what?
So when I started off, before I opened my company, was no challenges at all. Everything was going very smoothly. I think the struggles happened after I opened up Plush. But before I opened up Plush, everything, was very smooth. And so I was like, let me go ahead and open. The crazy thing, I thought I was gonna open up the company just by myself. and
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be one agent. And but when I opened up my company, I had 6 agents under me.
Wow. And that was the first day you opened.
Yes. So when I
Wow.
launched Plush, I had 6 agents under me when
Did
I
you
opened
take some of the
up.
people from your previous? How'd you get 6 people already?
So 5 of those agents came from the previous brokerage. So they was on my team. So they followed me over to my company.
Okay. Okay. Um, Plush has grown into this well-known brand. What's the method behind your madness? Why do you feel like your company is so successful? Do you feel like what's the method behind your madness? Like what is the special sauce of why this company is so successful, Monica?
I think it's the team, my team, because I think it's from like the customer service that we bring, and we are different than the other brokerage here. So I think it's the experience that we give,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's the reputation we have, the customer service we have, and I think it's just for us showing up as like looking like the other person on the other side of the table to help them to to purchase their big investment in their life. So I think it's basically I have to like that's my team that do everything.
Now you mentioned different. I believe, Monica, that there are 3 ways that you can win. One is to be the best of something. Another way to win is to be the first to do something.
Hmm.
But the last way is a way that you mentioned is just to be different. How were you guys different from other realtors here or other brokerages?
So I think that we brought a different style here in Little Rock as
Hmm.
far as like being different. When you think of a real estate agent, you think about they got on a business suit, they got on this and got
Hmm.
on that, and they all conservative. But I don't think we are conservative brokerage. We more on the edgy, like pretty, type of brokerage, like a boutique brokerage here.
Right. Okay. Okay. Got a long comment here. Shalonda saying, Monica Poe Hale, we're proud of you. Your family admires your work ethic and strength because of your dedication and your perseverance. You gave all of us hope. You made your grandma proud. I know that she's smiling from heaven. You are a role model for the rest of us. Love always. Is she some kin to you?
She
Is
is.
who is she?
She is my cousin.
She listen. Is she on the payroll? Because she already is. Are we cutting her a check?
No, she's not on the
I'm just
payroll, but she knows that when she said my grandmother, she knows that I was my grandmother baby girl. So I was very special to my grandmother.
Yeah, no, that is listen, my family ride for me too. So if I was being interviewed, they'd be on here commenting too. Okay. Tell us a mistake, Monica, that you made. Did you have it all together? Tell us some mistakes or a mistake that you made early on that you learned from being a
So,
brokerage.
like basically operating a business. Now I know you need to use other people' money.
So you
So
use your own money, huh?
I used my own money to open up Plush. I did
Okay.
everything with my own money. So now, if I can change the hands of time, I will use other people's money.
Good, good. Now, Monica, I would love for the people who have never bought a home before and walk us through the process of the home buying process from the
Okay.
time somebody would reach out to you to the
Okay.
time that they're closing. And obviously, you don't have to give all of the details, but kind of walk us through the home buying process for someone who's listening tonight that
Okay.
has never bought a home, how easy, how hard it is. How does that start from start to finish?
So it's all start off as a consultation. The consultation is free. You do not have to pay for a consultation. And it's like on the buyer side or the seller side. So you will do a consultation. We can meet at the office. We can do it over Zoom, or we can just easily do it over the phone. From the consultation, I would send you to a lender that I think will best fit your needs. And then from the lender, once you get their
All right,
pre-approval,
now slow down. When you say
okay.
lender, this is somebody who's going to fund their loan, correct?
Yes,
All
that's a
right.
lender that's
So
going to fund. They do the mortgage side and they the financial side. I'm just the realtor, just basically helping them throughout the transaction.
and I need to get a lender on here, right? But and I know you might not be able to answer this, but how good does someone credit has to be able to get a loan from a lender?
So that's definitely a lender question. But the thing is,
I knew that. I knew it. I knew it. But because I know that you can help them through that process.
Yeah,
I
but
know that
the
you've
thing
helped.
is, if
Yeah.
the credit not there, you can still speak with the lender and you can speak with me, and we can definitely get like a plan to where you can get you into a home. That's
Okay.
like, if in case you need to do a credit repairing, or if you need to pay some cars down or things of that nature, you can purchase a home really at 540 credit score as long as you have your down payment.
Okay. Now I interrupted you, but I did want to ask that question about the credit. But go by. So you would send them to a lender. Start back there.
Okay, I would send them to a lender. Then once they get pre-approved, then it's time to go shopping for homes. And once we shop for homes and you find the house that you want to make an offer on, then that's when we go into negotiation
Mhm.
and I'll put the offer in for you. Once we do the offer, we under contract. It's time for a home inspection. It's time for the lender to order the appraisal. Once the appraiser come back and a home inspection and you have the repairs done, it's time to go to the closing table, and then you get your keys, and then you're gonna move into your new home.
All right. I see Princess Gupton is on here and she is saying, hey, now, boss.
Hey,
Now,
princess, we go
Princess
all the
is,
way back. We go
hey,
all the way to elementary school.
hey, listen, I said this to Princess and I'm going to say this to you. And I think I said this to you either this morning or today when I was talking to you. Princess was on. When we set out to find these people that we want to have conversations with on the podcast, we always, we have a team of people that are, who's out here doing their thing, who's doing some great things in the community. Your name came up several times, right? I didn't know you just reached out, but I always think it's really super dope. I think there's a lot of guys out here that are doing their thing, right? But when I
Mhm,
find a woman, a black woman that
mhm.
is doing her thing like you and Princess, I'm always super excited to have conversation with you guys because there's not a lot of you guys on every corner, right? And
Right.
and when you find a female, a black female who is doing her thing, it is always so big round of applause for you doing your thing. I do need to stop and say that. Round of applause for you, but round of applause for Princess, a round of applause for all of the females
Yes.
who are being their own boss, doing their own things, helping people navigate through life, however you guys do it. I'm always excited to talk to women. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so how important is community trust and reputation in your line of work?
The community trust. Get- This, I'm sorry.
Take
This
your
is
time. Take your time.
okay. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
The community trust, as far as with our line of work, is basically it's like having the community on our side and helping them, and basically with the integrity, because with the community we would not be who we are, and that's with the realtor. So having a community trust on our hand, I think that's very important.
And when the two or three homes that I've bought, you have to kind of feel like that the person, your agent, is not just trying to sell you, right? I
Yes,
bought two homes from, and I know you know this lady because I saw you on a picture with the infamous, famous Becky Finney.
my mentor. Yes.
Okay, so she never made me feel like she was trying to sell me something, right?
Mhm.
She worked tirelessly, and I'm really picky. I want my bathroom to look like this, and I want my closet to be this size. So from a realtor, you have to make sure that one, you earn their trust, and you need to feel like they're not just trying to sell you
Right,
something. That this is a home is a big purchase. So
right.
you can't rush them. You got to know their needs. You got to know what they're looking for so you can, get these homes that you're trying to show them.
Mhm.
So they have to trust you. Let me see what Crystal, I think she's asking another lender question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What about people who have filed bankruptcy? Is that home buying process harder for them? That's another lender question, but
That's another
you
lender
do you
question.
think you could take a stab at that?
That's another lender question. I don't really want to get in there, but I
Mhm.
know if you have filed bankruptcy, you still can purchase a home.
Okay.
It depends on what chapter you in chapter 17 or 13. But either way, you still can purchase a home.
For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm talking to Monica Poe Hale. We're talking about real estate. We're going to get into the brokerage that she owns. Um, Here's another question I have, Monica. Real estate agents they often meet strangers in empty homes. How
Hmm.
do you protect yourself while doing? You're meeting people that you've never met before, and you have to go into these properties, these homes, and show them homes. How do you stay safe?
So one thing that I do, check for IDs. I also try to have conversation and meet them before I just go meet them at their home because
Mhm.
with a lot of safety and a lot of things that happen in our industry, that's one of the things. And then also, I will share my location to a family member or a friend if I know I'm definitely about to meet someone that I never met before.
Okay. Has there ever been a moment and has there ever been a moment when maybe you got and you felt unsafe?
Yes.
What
This
what
is
did
when.
you do in that moment?
So this was when I first started.
Okay.
And I called my friend, which is my sister, and she came, she rode with me,
Mhm.
and she made sure she had her piece on her.
Okay. Y'all, you and your sister packing? Y'all packing, you and your sister?
She packing. She packing. That's that Riceville from
Mhm.
so she packing. So she made sure she came packing, and
Mhm.
so I just needed her there or somebody there with me in case anything had happened.
How hard was it, how hard when you first started off? You
Mhm.
talk about these 6, um, are you what are the people that work under you? What do you call them? They're realtors, right?
Realtors, yes.
So how hard was it? How many realtors do you have now? You started with 6 on the first. How many do you have now working under you?
So the company is 34 agents.
Wow. So Monica, you have 34 agents under the Plush
Yes,
name.
yes.
How are y'all continuing to grow?
I honestly think, let me see. I think our name hold weight in Little Rock.
Mhm.
And it's also as far as like when people see us on the social media and see that we are a family like environment, they want
Yeah.
to be included and not just be a number. So I think with us not just making the agents feel a number, that's how we grow yes fast. Because right now, like we have 34 agents and like we are the largest minority brokerage in the state of Arkansas.
What goes into what a realtor decide to go to a brokerage? What do you look for in a brokerage? What
Okay.
what did what did you look for when you were deciding who I wanted to work under? What's important to realtors?
So the thing that's important to realtors is training. It's training and making sure you have someone that you can be able to call, like a mentor, like a leader, to kind of guide you throughout the process. Because what you learn at school is not what you basically doing out in the field.
Um, so you said 34. What is your long-term goal for
So
the
this
company?
year, for long term, I had 35 for this year. But
Okay.
honestly, I used to put a number on it. And like now I do not put a number on it because it's like, why I'm putting on a number on something that God gave me because I would stop taking it the 20 agents and then I was like, okay, I can't do that because if he gave me this vision, I need to go ahead and move forward with what he got me doing. So I would not put a number on it now.
How has the market changed over the years, and how have
Um,
you adapted?
so the market, COVID was good. We
Okay.
had lowest interest
So
rate,
COVID
2%.
helped. It helped the house buying
Yes.
process. Okay.
Yes, COVID definitely helped. We was having clients getting homes at 2%, 3% interest rates, and right now it's like probably about 6% interest rate, seven
Mhm.
percent interest rate. But like I always tell people, with the interest rate where it's at now, it's still a good time to purchase a home. If you look over the years in real estate, they had interest rates at 17% before.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. How
yeah.
did you come up with the name Plush?
So Plush. So it's Plush Homes and it's PH. Okay, so my last name is Poe and Hale. So the Plush represent Poe and the Homes represent Hale. So I had to get my initials into Plush Homes.
If you were having the opportunity, Monica, to talk, which I'm pretty sure you do quite frequently, if you could give one piece of advice to someone who was thinking about, they wasn't sure, they were thinking about getting into real estate,
Mhm.
would you advise them to come? Would you say it's a great industry to be in? And what advice would you give them?
I think real estate is a great advice, even though we make it look like it's glitz and glam on social media, but it's hard work behind the scenes. But I think it's a great industry to get in. But the thing is that I tell my agents, even when I tell my people that they come in and interview, you have to have the hustle in you. I can't teach you to hustle. So if you
Mm.
have no hustle in you, I can't teach you that. I can teach you the foundation and to help you be successful. But if you don't have that hustle in you, I don't think real estate is a good industry for anybody.
So you can't be lazy. You got to
You
be
can't
able
be
to.
lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be lazy.
Do you have to have flexible hours? Do you have to be willing to work early and work late? If you have small children, is that a great industry to get in because you're not as flexible? So a woman or a guy with small children, is that something that you would recommend for them?
So real estate, you basically like you make your own schedule.
Okay.
So even though if you have children, when I first started out, Destiny was smaller. So I had help at that time with her, but at the same time, you make your own schedule. You can work all night. You can get up early to go show homes. Even if you are have a job, you go your lunch break and show homes. So it already depends on that particular person, but it's very flexible and you can make your own schedule.
This popularity um, is a necessity. Do you have to know a lot of people?
No,
But
no.
that makes it easier, correct?
No, I mean, I don't think popularity has a lot of things to do with it. I think it's all about that person is their self.
Hmm.
So, like when I first got into real estate, I wasn't popular. I don't think I'm popular now, but I
Oh,
worked at a
you're
apartment
popular
complex.
now, Monica. You're popular.
Okay.
But no, I'm saying so. I
Yeah.
mean, so I'm saying obviously, if you're a realtor, right?
Hmm.
Do you not feel like people always try to reach out to people that they know of, even if they don't know you personally? So,
Hmm.
so what I'm saying is, do you not feel like the more popular you are, the more you don't have to get your name out there? When people think about, I mean, I can just say every industry that I've gotten into, I've
Hmm.
owned several clubs. I think it helps to have some name recognition, right? I think when
Hmm.
people think of whatever they're, if they want to think about realtor, I think it's popular for people to know of, to at least heard of you, because you're able to get more of the phone calls. You don't have to do as much cold calling if you're.
Hmm.
I mean, is that cold calling, is that part of the real estate business?
That's part of the real estate business, but I don't do cold calling.
Well, you don't have to anymore. How many years have you been in it, Monica? How
I've
long?
been in real estate for 8 years.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I done
Well,
had Plush for 5 years.
well, and it seems it's so crazy because it seems like that you've been in it longer than 8 years. It seems like I've been hearing your name, which is a compliment to you, compliment to your team. I've heard of your company way before I proceeded knowing you. So you guys have done a really good job. What kind of events do you do to get your name out there? Do you do a lot of community events? Do you do a lot of home buying classes? What are those part of the things that you do?
Yes. So before I got into real estate, when I was just a property manager, I always did back to school every single year for my residents.
Okay.
So when I got Plush, I had to bring that over. And so every year we do a back to school drive because I feel like us to help the community out, especially
Mhm.
for the ones who in need. That's one thing I'll have to do every single year is that back to school drive.
And the
Uh,
back to school drive, what are you giving? Backpacks, those type of things for school
yes,
kids?
we give all the way free supplies as far as what they will need in order to help them throughout the school year. We give backpacks away, notebooks, anything that they normally like. We go basically go look at the list that they have for the schools, and we
Yeah.
go ahead and go get a bulk of it and just like pass it out. We do like a back to school drive every single year.
Where do you do this back to school drive at?
So typically we do it at like the Plush parking lot, but this year we had joined forces with the law firm and we did it downtown.
Where
Yeah.
is your company? Where is Plush?
We
Where's it
are
located?
at 1501 Main Street in Soma area. We like in that white building that's right there beside Walgreens on Main Street.
So you're in the building with the radio with Al Bradford and the radio station
Yes,
there. Okay.
we 2 doors down.
Okay. Okay. Monica, aren't you into interior design as well?
I am. I love doing interior design. That's peaceful for me.
Is that a business? Do you charge for doing that? Do you do it for a hobby?
I
What?
do it for a hobby, but the thing is about the interior design, I am going to be getting certified with it very soon. And once I get certified on that, that's going to be another division that I'm going to have at Plush.
So is it what's the name? Plush Interior Design?
I'm going back and forth on that one.
Yeah, I'm putting. I think you should keep it
Yes,
plush. I
'cause, I
think.
mean, the interior design is basically helping bringing, beautiful spaces all together. It just like it calms my nerves.
And so, when you get into the interior design, is that designing homes, designing offices? What part of it are you going to get into?
So the part that I'm going to be is basically not designing office. It's basically just like the decorating part pieces of it. I would love to be an architect and design the homes and the office because with my home myself, I drew my floor plan. And also with my office, I drew that floor plan. So I like to do that, but I don't know if I'm gonna go into that side of things, but I
Hmm.
would love to do that. But I definitely like to draw up the floor plans as far as like homes or office.
Okay. So Kathy is agreeing with you. She is saying, I know many people, but that doesn't mean that they will support me. Still, I always appreciate all the support. I'm glad to know this info networking is a plus. So she
Yes.
basically said she's agreeing with you. Um, what did we leave out? We've talked about a lot. We've talked about you starting at the other brokerage. You started your own Plush.
Hmm.
We talked about you had 6 people that came over. Now you have 35. Is that
34.
34?
Hmm.
We talked about you wanting to do interior decorating. We talked about your back to school drive. What have we missed? I mean, you have got a million things. How do you take time with all of these jobs and all of these things that you're doing, Monica? How do you take time to have time for your babies, to enjoy life?
You have to have a team. You can't do it by yourself. And I think that's what at the beginning too, I tried to do everything on my own. So now I have a team and I delegate. Like now I have executive brokers, I have a director of training, and I have the agent. So you have to have someone, you have to have a team. Because if you're trying to be successful, you're not going to be able to be successful by yourself. You're going to have to delegate. So basically, like my team, I love them because I always tell my agents all the time there will be no plush if it wasn't with for them because I don't make plush, they make plush.
I always used to have a problem. I always people talking about teams, and I always had an issue with delegating, right? I mean, by the time you teach somebody to do what you can almost do it. Do
Yes.
you have a problem with delegating, Monica? Do you delegate very well?
Now I would delegate anything. I would delegate anything. When I first started off, I did not want to delegate anything. Now I would delegate anything. If they give me some time and free time to Monica to have some like self-care days or self whatever,
Right.
I'm a delegate it.
Well, and I think, like I said, I think we've covered everything. I think I've hit all my notes. What's in the future
Okay.
for your company and for you?
Okay, so what's in the future? That was one thing I was like, I'm definitely gonna be getting certified in the interior design, interior decorating, and basically like growth, expansion. Um, I we here in Central Arkansas, but we cover all our Arkansas areas, and also basically having more of the commercial side. And that's one thing we definitely gonna be getting more into is commercial because we do a few of our agents do a lot of commercial leasing
Okay.
and so we definitely want to start specializing in commercial.
So what percentage business is homes versus commercial? What percentage of you saying is the brokerage already doing in commercial? Is it a small percentage?
It's a small percentage. It's like about a good 10 to 15%. And I
Okay.
need that to get to 50%.
Okay. So are there more people in the industry that specialize in commercial, and are you interested in hiring those people and having those people come over to help your commercial? listings?
So I don't want to hire those people
Okay.
because I want to get the people that's already there
Okay.
and help them grow. So I think what we're going to be doing is doing more educational and get ourselves certified, and we're just going to be knocking like the doors down to get ourselves in those doors because it's hard sometimes to get like the black women into those doors. So that's one thing that I want to focus on is helping and developing my agents to become like more commercial realtors.
Now, we talked about buying a home. What
Mhm.
if somebody wanted to sell their home? Do you guys list homes?
We do list homes.
Let's talk about that process.
Yes. So listing your home is basically starting off with a consultation as well, and it's free. Basically, once you sell your home, or once we go to their homes to look at
Okay.
their homes.
Okay.
We also do comps to make sure that what we need to do a purchase price at to set the purchase price.
What is comps?
So with the comps, is basically looking at other homes that's been in their neighborhood to see what's recently have sold within the
Okay.
last 6 months. So we can make sure that we do a set price of the correct value.
So is that short for comparable? So when you say comps, y'all do comps, y'all look at what's in the area, what's
Mhm.
comparable to your home to kind of see what
Yes,
the market is buying. You looking on the house, the block to see what the
yes,
houses around the block. So y'all are doing the comparable
eh,
around the area to see if you're asking for something that's
yeah.
too small or you're asking for something that's too big. You guys can concentrate them on the comparable. Is that what that is?
That's exactly what that is. We basically making sure that we don't overprice.
How long does that process take to list with Plush? If I
That
wanted to list my
process
home.
doesn't take that long. What we're gonna need to do is look at your homes and make sure it don't need any repairs, or if you want to sell your house sold as is, because some people will sell their home sold as is.
Hmm.
So we go in to basically to do like the inspection. From there, then we'll go ahead and like get professional pictures done.
Yeah.
Once the professional pictures done and the house is ready to show, that's when we're gonna go ahead and list the home for you.
Do you guys suggest staging? Do you guys stage homes as well?
Most of the homes that Plush has done, they've been occupied.
Okay.
Some of the homes has been vacant, but we don't really stage those homes. But some of my agents have had stagers.
See, I know a little bit about it. I might
You
want to
do.
come. I might want to come
How
work.
many homes you didn't sold? I mean, not.
I haven't sold any. I bought a few, but I haven't sold. Well, I
Okay.
haven't listed them. I've sold 3 and I've
Okay.
bought 3. So I've had my fair share of buying and selling homes and properties. I think I asked you all of the questions. Now, I'm very different, right? Yeah, I
Mhm.
told you those 3 ways that you can win, right? I'm not the first podcaster, and I'm probably not the best one, but I try to be different. I
Mhm.
always end my conversations, Monica, by allowing the interviewee an opportunity to ask me questions. I've been asking you questions the whole hour that we're going to be on, that we've been on.
Okay.
What question? No question is off limits. You can
Okay.
ask me anything.
Okay. So the question I had: what made you want to do podcasts and interview?
So I've been in radio. I was in radio for a long time. But we couldn't cuss on the radio, and I wanted to cuss. I'm just kidding. I'm just no, no, no. I do come from a radio background, and I wanted to own my own platform. I
Mhm.
wanted to be in a space because I always tell people that this platform does not belong to me, even though I'm the CEO and the creator of it. It belongs to the people. But I
Right.
wanted to start something that I can own, that Black people to have a voice for the voiceless, that
Mhm.
we own, that of color. Some of these radio stations, they can charge you outrageous money to get information out. Some of these
Yeah.
TV stations, nobody owns TV stations in this. We've got a Black owner of a radio station, which is Al Bradford, but we have no Black TV station owners. And so I wanted to own my own platform where I could affect change, where I could be the voice of the voiceless. When someone was being done wrong, if I wanted to be able to get the message out and just turning on my computer, I felt like I had done some things in this community where people knew who I
Mhm.
was. We talked about that
Mhm.
recognition. So I just wanted to do something that was different. Internet is where it is. I mean,
Yeah.
people are these are influencers. They are making a ton of money in the internet business. If you're not skating towards the internet, you missing it. You have got to be internet friendly. So initially I just wanted to start something that I can control, that I own, to help my people. I wanted to be able to, we started off on Sundays with our podcast, and on Sundays a little bit different because we talk about relationships. We might talk about some drama. But now that we've got these listeners and these viewers listening to us, we've been in it almost 2 years now. I wanted to break off, and now I wanted to start educating our people, to get this information back to our people, to talk to you about home ownership and buying homes. And then I wanted to talk to a princess who has this esthetician school. And now it's about educating our people, right? Sometimes we get them coming to the party. We might talk about some drama and get them here. But once we get them here, we want to entertain them. We're going to give them some knowledge. So that's that's the long version of now getting this information back to our people, so our people can have multi-million-dollar brokerage firms like you, with you sharing your information and you handing that baton on to someone else who wants to get in business that just don't know how. They just don't know. We do not have a platform that's owned by us, that's ran by us, to get information to help our people. So that's the long version of the reason why I started the podcast.
I like it. Okay. Yeah. So what radio station was you on?
I was on 96.5 before Al bought it, the one that's in the same building. I was on the air with that one. But before I was on the air, I was a sales manager, and I ran the business part of Power 92, KOKY. So I was a sales manager. So I've been on the business side. I've been on the production side. I've been all through the radio station. Yeah. So I was actually on the radio with 96.5 for about 7 or 8 years before I started my own podcast.
Okay.
Have we left anything else out? I don't want to. I mean, it seems like we've talked about a lot of things. What have we forgot to talk about, Monica?
I think we cover all the bases of Monica and Plush.
All right.
I do want to shout out to my team.
Because can you name all 34 of them?
Listen. It's a lot of them. I can name I can. It's a lot, but I definitely want to my executive brokers. Camellia Jones, Candy Mims, my director of training, Audrey Barnes, and I have my top producers Sierra, Vanessa, Tiffany. I have so many agents and that's doing their thing, Angelica, Candice. There's so many agents. So I can name them all, but yeah, I have so many agents that's definitely doing their thing. They all specialize in different things, and they all doing what they need to do. My website.
Yep, come on. See, you're ahead of me. What's your website? Crystal wants to know what's your website.
My website is plushhomesco.com, and it's plushhomesco.com.
Say it one more time.
plushhomesco.com.
Okay. Got another question for you. This young lady is saying, Monica, I have so many questions for you about getting a house. I'm going to inbox you. Do you suggest, if they are interested in talking with you, are you social media friendly where you want them to inbox you?
So you can inbox me, but it's easier to contact me by my phone.
Okay.
And my number is 501-414-2159.
Man, you give your phone number on the air. Are you that? So what happens? Giving your phone number out, what do you just turn the phone off when you don't want to be bothered? You give your phone number out, Monica?
So iPhone has a great thing now. You can do the do not disturb. You can have the lady come on and start screening your call like she's your personal assistant. So iPhone has done some great wonders with their recent update.
Here's the last question of the day, and you're going to take us out with this. What do you want your legacy to be?
So,
and that was, I threw you a curveball because I didn't put that on your list. What do you want to be known for? What's your legacy?
My legacy is basically helping the community.
Okay.
And basically helping people get generation wealth, and also making this my legacy is for my daughter, Destiny. So basically, building a legacy and generational wealth and helping the community. And I couldn't do this without my daughter. She's basically the main reason why I did that,
She is your motivation.
My motivation, so I couldn't do nothing without her.
Good. Shine is saying, I have so many questions. I hope my 2026 will be better for buying a house because it's turned
Stress.
stressful. So, Shine, if you would like to buy a house, then you need to get with Monica. She just gave you her phone number.
I
Give
can
them
give
the
it again.
give it again, Monica.
My number is 501-414-2159.
And Monica, I'll end just like I start. I always think it's super dope when we have women of color that are doing their thing. Obviously, you have the special sauce. You're running a successful brokerage. You have 34 people who are believing in you, believing in your brand. So obviously, you're doing the right thing. I hope you much success. And don't forget, through your success, don't forget about the little people, and don't forget about me and UTB. You ever need somebody to come and sell some property, holla at your boy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
And I just want to say good night and thank you for coming and sharing your knowledge, your experience with our viewers. And give them your social media before we get out of here. Your social media handles.
Okay, so social media on Facebook is Monica Poe Hale, and my Instagram is moneyhale_plush.
Okay, Monica. Well, you have a good evening. And thank you for giving us the last hour and 10 minutes. And much success to you.
I thank you for inviting me on your platform. I really appreciate it.
Good night, Monica.
Good night.
All right. And don't forget, this next Wednesday, on The Level with B Level, we're talking to Akissy Brooks, 7:30, same bet time, different bet channel. And do not forget, on Fridays, okay, we still have Straight Talk No Chaser, where we talk about story time situations. Every Friday at 12 noon, Straight Talk No Chaser. It's story time. It's raw. It's edgy. It is a great way to start your weekend. It's normally no more than 30, 40 minutes of conversation with me. And then do not forget that we are looking for a female co-host. We are looking for a female co-host to join the UTB podcast. We're looking for, if you think you have what it takes, send an email to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com, and we will say good night. We will see you Friday at 12 noon. Thanks for listening.